Hey everyone, we're back at Stansted again in the A350-1000. This is the third time lucky go. The cockpit's now been swapped to the Headwind A330 cockpit, and the only issue is mentioned on the website, on the to.to, flightsim.to website, and it's this pink graphics on the brakes. Everything else seems to be fine. We're going to have a quick look. Quick flight. I'm not going to record all of it, just basics. Oh, we've got some glasses over there. Isn't that nice? Alright, so I'm not sure what the reflection is supposed to be. It's a bit of a weird one. Doesn't match what's behind us or in front of us. And it's not some bloke's knees. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So we'll get the power on and see what we... I did see one thing that was mentioned, which was that there was an issue with using the APU, so we'll see if that does work. We'll get that started right away. So it starts okay. Generator's kicking out voltage, and I've got bleeder, so that's a bit misleading. Maybe it's just that person was having an issue. Mine seems fine. It seems to be working fine. So off external power, engine starts, and the next time I speak we'll be taxiing and taking off. So it's telling us we've got bleed. The diagram seems to be okay. It's got bleed. APU's in. Switched in. But the engines aren't starting. It's telling us we've got minus 14 psi. That's a bit unusual. A few moments later. Okay, let's go and compare it with the Headwind one. I also had a strange thing going on with Headwind in that I could see the cargo one, but the normal version wasn't there anymore. I couldn't work out why. So we're in the Headwind A330 now, 900. So it looks like we've got a fault on the Headwinds version. So restart that. A few moments later. Okay, so I don't know if it's the experimental version or if it's both versions, but it looks like the APU's stuffed, which is probably why it's stuffed on the A350. But what I'm going to do is remove the A350 from the community folder directory and see if that makes a difference and see if this comes back to life. A few moments later. Okay, so we're back in the stable version of the Headwind A330-900 and we have I've removed the A350-1000 from the community directory. Okay, let's get all that started. We're just waiting for the available light to appear just there. So the generator's on. Bleed switch is lit. APU is available. I just heard bleed air coming in. The PSI is not showing. The bleed looks like it's okay, and we've got a green now to the engine. I don't know why they're coming on as already started. That's really weird. I can hear it dip. Ignition is lit. So one is on. Okay, let's go back and fix that then. So we're back in the A350-1000 again. You can tell that we're in that one because of the pink brakes over there, look. And we've got low brake pressure. So the parking brake might not work, so let's get a power on. Fuel's all on, battery's on. Okay. So the issue we were having was the APU would not start bleed. Let's give it a go. Let's make sure everything's stable first. Everything looks okay. Master switch is on. Count to 3. And start. Start is successful. And this time we have a 0 so far. On the Headwind one we had a XX. And that didn't change from XX, but it did start the engines, which was good. So this is the stable version of the A350-1000 from Headwind. I put that back on instead of the experimental one because I felt like the experimental one might be the one that might cause issues, and the stable one was working fine. So I did check it. The Headwind one started okay. It gave an incorrect reading, but it did start the engines. So we've got 0 bleed. You can hear it starting. We have positive bleed pressure. So maybe it was because I was using the experimental version it was giving an issue. And the engine is connected. Everything's okay, so the bleed's all okay. APU's okay, the generator's running. Hydraulic pressure, we need the brakes on before we start the engine. So we use electric pump. I mean, it's the wrong colour, but we can see where it is. The indicator's just slung round straight over to OK. There's normally a green between those 2 points roughly. So we have positive brake pressure. And we can engine start. Bleed, ignition, parker brakes on, X. We don't have to worry about the packs because we've got no passengers on. Normally we'd turn packs 1 and 2 off while we start the engines. Any smoke that comes out of the engine won't get sucked into the cockpit then, and they won't think that the plane's on fire. Then once it's all cleared we turn the packs back on and they can breathe again. So local pressure sets. The gears are on, we're just waiting for those to kick.
Flight attendants, armed doors, and cross-check.
We don't have any flight attendants, that's...
Once again, we'd like to welcome you on board. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate you some of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. You can follow along.
So engine 2 is starting. We're starting engine 1. 6 minutes to align the... oh my gosh. External power is off. Cruise supply is on. Clock is start. Clock clock is not working. Okay. Turn the flight bug on. I don't really need. I'll check the detent. Why does it not let me? What the hell? Okay, so it's wiped off the settings for that. Okay, so they're all set. Okay, won't bore you with all the rest of the details. I'm going to set the MCDU, put in a flight plan, do a quick go around, and then come back into land. Okay, so we're just about ready to go. Everything is planned in to the performance and data. Just finishing up with our takeoff speeds. Got fuel checked, 23.04, 23.0, initial weight, empty is fine. Rotations, 135, 137, 142. We're going to set the flaps at 2 and up 0.2. The ILS is 110.5. Let's check that. Yep, 110.5. We're coming in on 04. We're going to go around, come in, and then just land. We're not going to do a standard approach. And the plan is set.
Redwood 1-1 requesting pushback.
Redwood 1-1 pushback request accepted.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
There we go.
Tower Redwood 11 ready at runway 4 touch and go.
Redwood 11, wind tree 30 at 12. Left touch and go approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 4.
Cleared for takeoff runway 4 Redwood 11.
So clear left and clear right. So V1 en route.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruise altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, like your military minded, please keep your feet elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Well, everything's much better now with the Headwind cockpit. So we're just going to fly a little bit down to the southwest, then we'll head south, turn back around and come back in on BPK-07.
Redwood 11, wind tree 30 at 12. Cleared touch and go left traffic runway 4.
Clear touch and go runway for Redwood 11.
So runway is 22, so we'll head at 22. They look a bit wobbly. Well, the sounds much better than the other sounds, where we can say that for sure. This has instantly got up to a 7 out of 10. Would be an 8, but yeah. Red velvet, just so pixelated. Just waiting for the glide slope now. Which appears to not be in the correct position. So we're possibly offset slightly. So approaching 3000 now. Slowly coming down. Going to approach the glide slope. Hit the approach, hopefully it'll lock on. Approach is activated, got a cat lock. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll end it there. Very successful flight. Nothing went wrong apart from my bad flying. And yeah, everything's working fine with the new headwind thing apart from that little pink thing down there. So, would be 9 out of 10, but I have to give it 8 because of the floaty above the surface thing, which is unfair. Okay, yeah, that does seem to be fixed, so we'll yeah, stick it at 8 then. Just the one subtraction for the weird graphics on the externals, because that's just not good. And it's a personal preference, but I don't like the lights and the inside shining through the windows. They're visible in daylight, but I'm not going to knock a marker for it. That would just be petty. So the red velvet and the spinny turbo fans are why I'm giving it 1 off and making it 8 out of 10.